Hi kindergartners, welcome to our first day of working with clay this year. On your tables today when you go back, you're going to find these different items and tools. We're going to have some pencils, we're going to have some clay that we're going to start passing out. You'll have a little square piece of cardboard, and you're going to have a bunch of texture plates that we used last time for rubbing to work with today. Now, in our story, we talked about a worry stone. We're going to be making our own worry stones using all of these different pieces today. The first thing we want to look at is our clay. When you guys get it, you're just going to have a little hunk of clay kind of like this. But to make it into a smooth oval or round stone, we're going to have to get this in a similar shape. So who can think of a round form that you might have? Sometimes you play soccer with it, or you play volleyball with it, or baseball. It would be a ball, or in a form name, it would be called a sphere. And the way we make a sphere out of a chunk of clay like this is we're going to put it in our hands, and we're going to use our fingers, and we're going to kind of smush it a little to be kind of like a ball. Now you'll see it's still bumpy. We want it to be as smooth as possible when we're working with clay. So if you put it between your palms like this, you can hold it by just putting a little pressure. If I put too much pressure, it starts squishing. We don't want it to squish. We want to just hold it gently. And I roll this hand this way, kind of like a train wheel when you see the trains chugging, chugging, chugging. And with the other hand, I'm going to roll the same way, but on a different pattern. See how it goes chug forward, chug forward, chug forward. I'm also, when you watch, going in a circle with both hands. So let's practice that for a little bit when you go back. It might take a little while, a few minutes to get the hang of it. Keep trying it out. Let us know how you're doing. Teachers will be walking around to help you out a little bit. This is one of those things that you learn in art that you may not have ever tried out before. Some of you may have tried it with Play-Doh, and it's the same idea. Then, when we get it to kind of a sphere shape or like a ball, and again, mine's not perfect, but it's much closer than when I started and it looked chunky, right? I'm going to set it down on my board, on my table, and then I'm going to take my two pencils and put them on each side right about there. And the reason I'm putting the pencils here is because that's going to tell me how far down that this board's going to flatten it. We don't want it totally flat. We want it to be about pencil thickness or pinky thickness. And of course, we're going to be using our texture plates because they're going to give us some really neat patterns on those. So I really like this part of the texture plate the most. So I'm going to put my ball right on top of that. I'm going to put my pencils down on each side. And I'm going to get my piece of cardboard. I'm going to put it straight on top of my ball. I'm going to carefully put my hand on it, and I'm going to slowly push down. I might have to wiggle my hand back and forth a little bit. I can check on it. See, it's starting to get flat. I'm going to keep pushing it down until I hit those pencils. Oh, I think I hit my pencils. Let's see. Yeah, it's got a little bit more wiggle room. I'm going to push with my fingers a little bit. There we go. Let's take a look. Let's lift it up. There we go. So now I have an oval stone shape, but we're not finished. We're not going to take this off yet. The next important thing we need to do is put in our smooth rubbing area on this stone. And to do that, I'm going to use my thumb. And I'm going to push down 1. There's 1 thumbprint. 2. There's 2 thumbprints. And I'm going to turn it upside down. 3. There's 3 thumbprints. 4. So there's 4 thumbprints. And if it's not quite oval, I want it to be a little oval, so I can take my 1 finger and very gently, I'm not pushing hard, I'm just going to kind of smooth it out. This is going to take a little practice too, so I get a little smooth area in there. And next time when you guys come after we fire these, we're going to pick out and put in something that I'm going to keep a secret, but it's going to go in here, and it's going to make this really smooth on this side. Next thing you're going to do, don't peel it up yet, raise your hand and call a teacher because she's going to come over with a toothpick and put your initials in that area. So for example, my initials are CRC. So she's going to use the toothpick and write CRC. Just like that. So teachers, are you watching too? We want them to kind of be that little monogram type style. And if they get a little bumpy, we might have to smooth them out a little bit and retrace them with that. or just pat them down gently. Because again, we're going to put something in here, a little secret something next time that's going to help smooth that out even more. But this will help us to know whose stones are which ones. Then we can carefully have the teachers pull them up around the edges. Very slowly. You might have to turn it and peel all the way around. Give it that nice little bowl shape. And then on the other side, you can see where we have our pattern that was on top. Mine got a little smushed when I was peeling it up. The easy fix for that, teachers, if you want to help out, is just take that pencil and gently push sideways to retrace those lines and smooth them out a little bit. Just like that. You can even take the eraser end. There we go. And then smooth those out. And it's ready to go over onto our drying space. Mrs. Congdon will point that out to you. That would be me. I'm going to point that little cart out to you now so you know where it goes. Let's go try that out. So now that we fired these in the kiln, yours are going to look a little bit more white than mine. What we're going to do next is you're going to pick out your glass beads or glass stones that you liked. You should pick out 2, and you're going to put them on the back where your name is, side by side. Just like that. And then teachers, when we put these over on the cart, make sure that you write the student's name underneath them, because these might cover up their names, and what we're going to need to do when I load them in the kiln is keep track of where I put each person's little set. Now what's going to happen is these glass beads are going to melt in the kiln, and they're going to fill in this area and make it really nice and smooth so that you can rub your worry stone on one side. Then, when you get them back on the other side, we're going to talk about painting these with watercolors next week. Remember, we're going to keep one for you and one to give away to a friend or family member.